Hapaday. I'm Petty Officer 2nd Class Christina Marshall, and welcome back to another episode of Good Hearts Guam. This month, I've been given the privilege of meeting the leading Petty Officer for the Joint Region Marianas Funeral Honors Detail. His dedication to rendering final honors to our military veterans drives the success of this all-volunteer team, allowing families to receive closure and volunteers a chance to connect with the community. With that said, I'd like to introduce you to Master at Arms 2nd Class Kevin Medell.
My name is MAT Medell. I'm the current LPO of the burial detail. I organize and get all the teams together for veteran and retiree ceremonies. I've been part of the funeral detail for 2 years and 2 months now. Originally, it was just to get involved in the community service for the command, but I ended up just really getting engulfed into it and really just started just enjoying the overall satisfaction of rendering final military honors for prior service members.
Being part of the funeral honors detail can be very demanding, as all volunteers cover events during their off time. According to Medell, sometimes that means performing at a ceremony during the day when he's working night shifts that week, or attending ceremonies on the weekends.
A few things that I find challenging, especially with a work schedule, just depending on, everyone has a different work schedule, is hours. Sometimes we can get a lot of funerals at one time. We could get 2 in 1 week, we could get 0 in a month. It just all depends, sometimes we get last minute funeral requests, so I have to get a team ready at a moment's notice. And sometimes it can be quite challenging, especially when a retiree funeral comes up, because there's a lot of planning that goes into the actual service request for one.
The difference in a retiree ceremony versus a veteran ceremony is the amount of personnel involved. A typical funeral would require about 6 personnel for the honor guard, whereas a retiree ceremony would require around 14. This amazing group has been able to train their personnel to fill multiple roles in one ceremony, so they have miraculously been able to accommodate with as few as 7 personnel, although Medell said they typically have around 9 or 10.
As of right now, we have approximately 30 members. I would like to get that up to 50, possibly 60 people. I would like to double our numbers. The more people, the better. And just getting them trained up is the key. Having that flexibility is something that we really need on this detail.
Because the schedule can be so demanding for volunteers, having many volunteers trained to step in at a ceremony is vital to the success of this team.
Your average member usually does about 1 to 2 hours of practice each month. They're not required to attend every practice, but it's good for them to get to the practice probably about 1 to 2 hours each month. It's held at 1500 on Mondays at NBG Chapel.
In addition to Monday practices, volunteers put a lot of time and effort into each ceremony, sometimes arriving on site as long as an hour and a half before the family even arrives, to make sure each member is precise in every detail of their performance to give their brothers and sisters a proper send-off.
I like the camaraderie about the group. I also like rendering the final military service honors for the family members, because that's really what it's about, is presenting that flag to the widow or spouse who is going through the traumatic experience that they just lost their loved one, and to be able to give them that sense of security or hope that through our military honors is something that I hold dear. It's the pride factor. It's you'll get hugged, you'll get that emotion. It's about giving that family the final military honor for just the sense of comfort that their loved one wasn't forgotten. That's really what it boils down to, is giving that family a sense of security and the respect that family deserves for that fallen service member. This year we have performed about 9 funerals to date. I believe last year we averaged about 44 funerals or so.
If anyone's interested in becoming a part of this amazing group, they can contact MHU Medell at the address and phone number on the screen. That's it for this episode of Good Hearts Guam. As always, we'd love to hear from our viewers, so if you have an idea for the show, make sure to send us a message or give us a call. We also look forward to seeing what our viewers are up to, so don't forget to send in your photos to be included in the show. Adios, Guam!